Well, there's that last sub-story, but I don't have any idea how I'm supposed to access it. Because I go over there and talk to them and nothing happens. What else? I think I've done everything there is to do as Kiryu. What do we got? Bunch of restaurants, that doesn't matter. Beam, pawn shop, Papo, Don Quixote, La Merch, Kamiya Works, Kotobuki Drugs, Dragon Palace, Can't Do Pachinko, Shogi, Arcades, Mahjong, Karaoke, did that already. Batting Center, bowling, Hot Springs. Is pretty much just go relax at the Hot Springs. Serena Emoto Medical Clinic, which we haven't gone to this whole game, so I'm not sure why it's still listed there. Dojo. Oh yeah, there's the whole host thing with Yuya. I don't really care about that. Sodachi Dojo. Oh, that's for Saejima, right? HLA headquarters, Purgatory, Gold Park, Millennium Tower, Stardust, Naomi's place. Oh, I gotta go there with. Okay, so okay. All the clubs. Okay, yeah, nothing with Kiryu. I wonder, do I have to... Are there, like, day and night only side stories? Doesn't look like it. At least for Kiryu. Alright, I know that I had to go visit... Yeah, I know that I had to go visit the fortune teller as Tanimura, I believe. And as much as I was interested in figuring out the end of the Gigi quest as Tanimura, it's just such a pain in the ass to do that I don't think I'm going to finish it. Is it right here? Okay. Welcome, welcome. What can Naomi's amazing psychic powers do for you today? I'm looking for a Filipino woman who's gone missing. Her name's Nadine. Nadine, you say? Was she your sweetheart? You must let go of what is gone. Accepting the inevitable is simply part of life, young man. Are you going to help me or not? My friend Zhao-san over in Little Asia said you have the power to see the unseen. Yes, but my services do not come cheap, Detective Tanimura. You know who I am. What sort of psychic would I be if I didn't at least know that? Naomi sees all, knows all. Right, okay then. Do you know where Nadine is? What are you doing? Silence! The great and powerful Naomi must concentrate. Yes, I see a name. Saki-chan. You should go ask Saki-chan. Saki-chan? She will give you the information you seek. You're not giving me the runaround, are you? If you do not trust my powers, you can take your business elsewhere. Fine, then let's just tell me where I can find Saki. Near Pink Street, she'll be wearing a purple scarf. Go to Pink Street and look for a woman wearing a purple scarf. Okay. What do we got here? What else do I need to do? Saejima, I've got the story of the girl who's being taken by... There's a girl and her brother, and she's taken by someone. You got to pay the guy back. And then there's also the underground homeless treasure vault. But you need like an ash wood in order to make a thing for it, in order to make a pickaxe, which I don't think I will be able to get. So that's Saki-chan, huh? Well, I guess no one explicitly said what kind of woman she'd be. And a purple scarf, couldn't I have gotten some other clue? An accessory that anyone could wear as an exactly distinguishing feature. Hey there, would you happen to be Saki? Oh, hey there, don't tell me you were about to use a pickup line, weren't you? Isn't he adorable, folks? Actually, I'm looking for somebody, a woman named Nadine. Oh, shit. Hey, get back here. Chase scene. Look, I think you have the wrong idea. I'm not after Nadine. In fact, I'm trying to help her. Are you really? Cross my heart. So what's up with the whole chase sequence as soon as you saw my badge? Are you hiding something? Well, the thing is, I help people. Help them how? I use my connections to help foreign women when the cops or criminals come for them. So I take it you know Nadine then. What would you do if you found her? Let me put it this way. She'll be dead if I don't find her first, and I'd like to get her home safe before that happens. Alright, I know where she is. I'm actually the one looking after her. Great, can you take me to see her then? Well, you do seem like a decent guy. Alrighty. So, you're Nadine? Yes, he says he's here to help you, dear. Really? Yep. Had a heck of a time trying to find you, too. Nice work. She's not out of trouble just yet. Those creeps have her passport. She can't get home without it. You mean the human traffickers? I take it you've run into them already. Well, it's not only trafficking they do. They're in charge of managing the women they bring in, too. Managing? In what sense? They take the women's passports so they can't escape, and then give them just enough money to eke out a meager living. They're essentially modern-day slaves. Or modern-day slave drivers. Oh, that's terrible. I hate bastards like that the most. Do you have any idea where they are? In a dilapidated food warehouse on the docks. I want to go home to the Philippines. Don't worry, I'll get your passport back. You will? Yep, just leave it to me. A food warehouse on the docks, huh? Then those must be the guys who took Nadine's passport. Excuse me, I'm here for the passports you've been stealing from foreign women. Wait a minute, aren't you? Yeah, you bet I am. If you don't want to get hurt again, hand over the passports and make it quick. You're one cocky son of a bitch, you know that? All right, you're up. Come on out. Oh, what? What the hell do you feed this guy? Milk? Beef? Growth hormones? Now pulverize this punk. That's what taunting does, I guess. Nope, doesn't work. Okay. How many times must I say, give me the passports? Fine, just take the damn things. Just to let you know, I got a call from Nadine this morning. She got home safe and sound. Good to hear. Hope this means fewer migrant workers like her will suffer through the same shitty experience. I don't mean to be sourpuss, but even though you busted up those jerks at the warehouse, this kind of thing will still go on. Why do you say that? Because men like that are everywhere. They're only after one thing, the almighty yen, and they'll stop at nothing to get it, even if it means ruining countless lives. There has to be someone at the top pulling the strings. You're saying there's a mastermind of the sex industry, a ringleader making millions off the lives of female migrant workers? Awful as it is, that doesn't sound too far-fetched. Right, every power structure has its person in charge. You have any leads on where this ringleader might be? Not really, but I have heard those traffickers drop the name Bridge before. That could be a clue. Wait, did you just say Bridge? Oh, you know him? My dad left notes about someone named Bridge all throughout his notebook. Oh, sorry, I should probably clarify what I meant by that. No need, I know all about you, Detective Tanimura of the KPD. How did you... I heard about you from Naomi-san, the fortune teller. Tell me, what specifically did your father's notebook say about Bridge? Apparently Kay and my dad are investigating him. And who is Kay? Another detective who worked with my dad, but damn, I never would have guessed that Bridge was some sort of sex trafficking kingpin. This could get ugly. Do you intend to find this Bridge and expose him? Oh yeah, especially if this is the same guy my dad was after. Still don't have any idea who Kay is, though. Have you done your research? I looked up all the detectives who ever worked a case with my dad, but none of their names started with K. And there's no file on Bridge either. I think Kay and my dad were investigating Bridge off the record. You know, the more you look into this, the more you're going to uncover about your past. What are you trying to say? Tanimura was my senior detective. You were a detective? Judging from what you just said, I'm sure you know Taigi was my actual dad, right? Mm-hmm. Then you know who my real dad is? I can't comment on that. All I can say is if you don't want to get hurt by what you find, I suggest you leave this case alone. I won't get hurt. That's impossible. Oh? See, no matter who my real dad is, I'm still going to be the same guy. Let the past be the past, you know? What do you mean let the past be the past? Your whole character is defined by trying to find out what happened to your dad. By the way, why do they call this guy Bridge? Couldn't tell you, hun. I see. Well, I guess it's just one more case my dad left me to solve. No wonder what. I'm going to find this Bridge and bring his ass to justice. Is this going to be a whole involved thing? This sounds like it's going to be a whole very involved thing. Right over here, right? Luckily, I don't see anybody here who might recognize me. Hi, you got a second? Only authorized personnel can enter here. Move along. Nope, don't think so. I'm a detective, see? Oh, I apologize. Can you tell me about the victim? Koichi Yabe, 35 years of age. He's a writer specializing in Kamurocho's sex industry, or was at any rate. He was apparently hot on the trail of some big story. Got it, thanks. The murder victim was a sex industry writer. Something stinks about this. Tanimura here. Hey, it's me. Hey, Saki. I heard Yabe was killed. Not bad for a former detective. You got your info quick, so what do you know about this Yabe? I wanted to talk to you about that. Let's meet at Shellac. Okay, Shellac it is. Oh, man. Yep, this is going to go on for a while. Alright, let's go meet at Shellac. Why not? Oh, hi, hun. Turns out Yabe-san was on the cusp of something dangerous. What was it he was investigating? Not what, but who? A woman from Hong Kong. Huh. I take it she's not just some random lady. Right. Rumor has it she has ties to a certain crime syndicate and she's in charge of illegal immigrant workers, all of them female. So she's a crime boss then, and the syndicate's supposed to be a powerful underground intelligence network spread throughout Asia. Apparently they recruit girls from poor families and make them buy fake passports and visas. Then they force them to work like slaves to work off the loans used to buy them, and when they're used up, their history. Don't tell me. Bridge is the one running the show. That's my guess. Any idea where this crime boss lady might be? I'm not entirely sure, but I hear the syndicate has an office near the arcade in Nakamichi Alley. I'm sure this goes without saying, but be careful, okay? Thanks, I'll try. That could have been just handled over the phone. Behind the arcade, Bridge Syndicate should have an office around here. Should I go in? Yep. Oh, and who might you be? Doesn't matter, I'm looking for the boss, some lady from Hong Kong. Don't know what you're talking about. Don't play stupid with me, just bring her here and there won't be any trouble. Ah, forgive me, where are my manners? Hey fellows, come help me escort our guest. Our friend here is requesting a one-way trip to the afterlife. Shall we oblige? I get that your boss is a tough nut to crack, but you really don't have to make things so difficult. Give him hell, boys. So, a sexist news writer named Koichi Yabe was investigating a madam from Hong Kong and got him killed. What? Yabe's dead? So you knew him? I did. Tell me what this boss of yours is. She went back to Hong Kong this morning. I see. So she had to skip town to keep a lid on Yabe's murder. Let's just say she learned too much about the organization for her own good. Are you talking about the organization that Bridge runs? Bridge? What? You never heard the name? We're not important enough to know what's going on up top. All I know is that the boss leaked something to Yabe. And now that Yabe's dead, I guess we'll never know what that was. Don't be so sure about that. Yabe apparently hid whatever he compiled somewhere. Really? Where? Dunno. The organization's in a frenzy trying to find it. Interesting. Are you going to go look for it too? You bet. I imagine it's some pretty valuable info. You gotta stay out of it or you'll end up just like Yabe. Don't you worry about me. After giving me all these details, you should be watching your own back. So Yabe hid info, huh? But without any leads, I might as well be running in circles. There's that greedy old fortune teller. Guess I gotta rely on her again. Really? I knew you would return. I'm trying to find the evidence Yabe, that sex industry writer, left behind. Oh, that's no order info. It's gonna cost you 50,000 yen, not a yen less. Greedy, aren't we? Pay, I guess pay. Man, I hope she gets this right. Yabe will not disappoint. Yes, I see a place of bar frequented by the one they call Yabe. Are you telling me you actually see in your ball of glass there? Silence, you'd have the great and powerful Naomi? No, it's not that. It's just kind of weird. Anyway, what's the bar's name? Suez Bar, the pool bar in the underground mall. Correct. Thanks, okay, I guess I'll go there. So what if I went to Suez Bar before I talked to her? Like, what if I just happened to go there? Alright, it's Suez Bar. Welcome. Hey, you wouldn't happen to know a writer named Yabe, would you? Writes about the sex industry? Oh, him? He was here 2 days ago. I see. Well, he's dead now. No, it's because he got involved with that woman. You're not talking about the woman from Hong Kong, are you? You know her? I know she's part of a crime ring. Yes, apparently she gave Yabe some rather vital information, to put it lightly. That's what I don't get. She must have known that would put her life in danger. A lady in the throes of love tends to throw caution to the wind. Wait, she and Yabe were in love? It's more like Yabe was a ladies' man. Ah, I get it. He must have seduced the information out of her. And then he paid the price. Well, he's supposed to have hidden his information somewhere. Any idea where that might be? What do you intend to do with it? I'll use it to crush the syndicate once and for all. Can I trust you? You can. I'll do whatever it takes to prove it. Okay, then. He said it was in a locker in the underground mall. Thank you. You were in love with him too, were you? He was just a customer to me, that's all. Right, we'll see ya. Okay. Damn, these bastards were one step ahead of me. I'll be taking that bag off your hands. Oh, so you know what this is. Glad you showed up then. Now we can get rid of you. Let's get to the bottom of this conspiracy. This is what Yabe gave his life for, a pile of papers. There's something else in here. A ring and a letter. It says Timitsuko. That's the bartender. I should take these to her. He was planning on celebrating her birthday with you. I begged him not to get involved with that horrible woman. I guess he was going to use the info to write an expose on the syndicate. What exactly did he find out? Details of the syndicate's activities: recruiting Asian women, counterfeiting passports, arranging fake marriages with Japanese men, operating brothels. Is that enough to take down the syndicate for good? I'm not 100% sure this would qualify as conclusive evidence, but it could play a big role in exposing their operations, which could eventually lead to bringing them down. Good. Tanimura-san, would you take this from me? You got an Eye of the Dragon. Yabe always wore it as sort of a lucky charm. It hurts too much to keep it now. Okay, then I'll hold on to it for you. And I promise to use this information to get bridged. Yabe-san won't have died in vain. Thank you. Alright, so where to now then? You gained a bunch of experience. Wait. That can't be it, can it? Okay, right in the middle. I'm being followed. Hi there, do we know each other? These guys look like professionals. I'm guessing they work for Bridge. That just means I'm getting closer to uncovering his true identity. I'm almost to the bottom of this, Dad, so I can't go dying just yet. Combat! Fighting! Yakuza! Alright, let's get the gun guy. Huh. Guess even professionals run away with their tails between their legs. I should get in touch with Saki about our next move. Hana-chan, I was hoping I'd hear from you, sweetie. Are you finally calling to ask me out? I appreciate your good humor, but there's no time to joke around. We need to talk about Bridge. Oh, you're no fun. Well, okay. How about we meet up at Shellac again? Alright, quickest path there. I guess I'm just gonna run there. Alright, run! Man, I have so many thoughts about where the story and the characters have gone so far. I guess I'll save them all for the wrap-up when we get to the end of the game and I can give all my concluding thoughts. You're late. You know you're not supposed to keep a lady waiting. Sorry. So that's what Yabai left behind. You're right. I'm afraid that alone won't be enough to catch our man, and here we were so close. Is there anything that we can do? I could always infiltrate the syndicate and scope things out. What do you say to that? I say it's too dangerous. Oh, please. All I'd be doing is working my magic at an affiliated venue. Besides, now that I've seen the documents, wouldn't you say I've passed the point of no return? God, that is a terrifying face. I get that, but what would you even do? I'll masquerade as a hostess. Sweet talk my way right up to the big bad Bridge himself. I don't know about that. Have a little faith. With enough makeup and the right dress, I could be your perfect femme fatale, and you know it. Well, you certainly have the charisma. All right then, just don't do anything too crazy. Where are you off to in such a hurry? To look into the real relationship between my dad and this mystery man, Kay. I've got nothing to lose, so I was thinking I'd get my fortune read by that greedy old... Really? Naomi-san, yeah, she really seems to know her stuff. I wonder what's in that crystal ball anyway. You know, Naomi-san is actually an informant, right? Aha, I thought she seemed suspicious. That's one hell of a cover she's got. Don't tell anyone, okay? There's a lot of risk involved in being an informant in Kamurocho. Why do you want to know about Kay so bad anyway? Kay's another name that pops up all over my dad's notebook. I just want to know what kind of person he was. Besides, there might be some connection to Bridge. I see. Well, if I find out anything, I'll contact you. Thanks. I'd appreciate it. Man, they're really putting the busy work into this side quest, aren't they? All right, let's go talk to the fortune teller again. I knew you would return. Hello, misinformation dealer. I assume you heard that from Saki, blessed with the gift of gab she is, or should I say cursed. It was a detective by the name of Yusuke Kaga who was inquiring into your father in Bridge. Kaga? So that's what he meant by K. Most likely. Yusuke Kaga. Well, that's one mystery solved. Only thing is, the name K suddenly stops appearing in my father's memo book one day. Kaga was fired for mistakes made on the job. Fired? After that, he opened a coffee shop. Foreign prostitutes were among his regular customers. Really? He had looked after them while he was still a detective. Even after he was fired, they would still come to him seeking advice. Does he still work at this shop? He died 26 years ago. The cause of death? It was reported as accidental, but all the facts pointed toward murder. So basically, he was eliminated because he got too close to those foreign prostitutes. That matter is too cloudy for Naomi to see. I don't believe a detective my father respected so much would make careless mistakes. He shot and killed an innocent bystander by accident during one of his cases. I seriously doubt that's true. But why? Because crack detectives like him know how to use a gun. I doubt he'd miss his mark like that. Heh. You seem to be a fine detective yourself. Your father said that Kaga had been set up. By Bridge? That I cannot see, but during an investigation on illegal immigration, the trail led Kaga to a certain government official. A government official? A few of the undocumented workers arrested by Kaga had been issued suspicious-looking visas. Many of them had been bought under the table. Someone was selling visas. Foreigners need a work visa or a student visa in order to work in Japan. But the screening for such visas is very strict. Many foreigners end up buying them from corrupt officials for 400,000 or 500,000 yen. Naomi has even heard of some who pay $1 million. Why would anyone pay so much to come to Japan? Back then, we had a labor shortage. Employers never seemed to have enough workers. But most of all, migrant workers saw Japan as the promised land where jobs grow on trees. So Kaga suspected that government official of receiving money for issuing illegal visas. Exactly. So who was this official? Naomi does not know for certain. However, it may very well be Bridge. Yeah. Tanimura. It's me. I've got some info on that group. You do? Let's meet somewhere away from prying eyes. How about the rooftop garden on top of volcano? I'll be there. I take it that was Saki? Yeah. He was quite close to Kaga before he died. No kidding. You should talk to Saki-chan if you wish to learn more about Kaga. Thank you. How long is this quest? Jeez. The meeting place Saki-chan told me about should be around here somewhere. Hi, handsome. Hey, don't surprise me like that. Sorry, honey. Things are starting to heat up, so I'm taking extra precautions. Is everything okay? I told you, I've passed the point of no return now, but it was worth the risk. What'd you find out? Sugawa, he's the man behind the fake marriages, counterfeit passports, shady recruitment strategy, and just about everything horrible under the sun. So, is he Bridge? I don't think so, but he's definitely affiliated. Sugawa runs a trading company called Urban Foods. They import food mainly from Asian countries. That's how he gets all his local information. His on-site employees seem to be handling the recruiting operations as well. You learned all that so quick. You must have been one hell of a detective back in the day. By the way, I wanted to ask you. What is it? We heard all that, by the way. What? I thought you were just another shady lady, but it turns out you're working with a cop. Nice knowing you, Officer Okama. Huh, so you found me out. Guess I lost my touch. I'll have to work on that. Saki-chan, you need to run. But, don't take this wrong, but you just be getting in my way here. If you say so. You caught me at a busy time, so let's settle this quick, okay? I'm sure you understand. Oh, that's new. Saki-chan, are you alright? Whew. I haven't ran that much in ages. Oh, you'll live. Oh, you'll live. That was Sugawa's company, this Urban Foods. I'm going after him. Don't you think you're rushing things just a bit? We've already been targeted by hitmen. If we don't act fast, we'll only be leaving ourselves open to more danger. It's time to go on the offensive. There's that youthful optimism shining through. Alright, Urban Foods is in the building with the information booth on Sapon Street. Don't take them lightly. Sapon Street, got it. Oh, we're just gonna warp there? So this Urban Foods. Sugawa had better be in here. Tanimura. So you're Sugawa. So you came all this way just to run into a literal dead end. Look, pal, you're in deep shit, and I mean the deep end of deep shit. You're in over your head and shit. In fact, you're about to be buried in it, just like the corpse of a writer.
Yes? What?
I guess all the glass in here is breakable. That's cool. All right, let's couch these guys. You know the guy they call Bridge, right? You're shit out of luck. I don't know a damn thing. Okay, let's make a deal. Huh? Give up Bridge's identity and promise to never get involved with crime again, and I'll forget about everything you've done. Or you can rot in a jail cell. Your choice. Will you promise you'll never tell anybody I talked? Sure. The real name of the man they call Bridge is Yuji Katsura. Yuji Katsura? He's the chairman of the Asian Women's Friendship Association. Friendship, huh? So they use that as a front to hide the terrible things they really do. If you value your life, you should run. We can't arrest Katsura based on Sugawa's statement alone. Right. We can't afford to make any stupid moves until we get some hard evidence. He's completely hidden his trail so far, so he must be really sweating balls by now. A man like that can never let his guard down. I meant to ask you this before, but I heard you were close with Detective Kaga before he passed away. What? Who told you that? Naomi. Oh, she did she? Could you tell me more about him? I helped Kaga out after I quit my detective job. At the cafe he ran? Yeah. I used to counsel sex workers that came there whenever they had problems, but then the syndicate found me out. How? Kaga-san, he was involved with them too. Was he? On their payroll? Possibly. If he was, then why would they kill him? Because he fell in love with a certain woman. One of the illegals? Yes, a woman from Thailand. They killed him when he tried to help her escape. But you never sold yourself out, and you're still helping immigrant women. There will always be women who find themselves in trouble. Somebody has to be there for them. Dang, you're a true hero. Don't you mean heroine? Ha ha. Ha ha ha, right. You gained a bunch of experience points. And now there's a new sub-story right over here. So if I just run around... Oh, okay. Who's this? It is I, the great Naomi. Naomi? How'd you get my remember who you're speaking to. Anyway, I found out what Katsura's doing behind the scenes. Saki told you all about him, didn't she? You don't have to get involved with this, you know. Did I ask you to look after me, boy? If you want to know more, come see me. Okay, I owe you one. Can you just tell me on the phone? Do I have to go see you? Okay. And then I get there, and she's like, oh, here's some information. And then the other woman calls me, hey, come meet me at Shellac again. And I go meet her, and she's like, oh, thanks for coming to meet me. Here's some information. Oh, Naomi, come meet me again. Oh, good, you're both here. I knew you would return. Oh, Saki's here too, huh? Well, you might as well just tell me about Katsura. The Asian Women's Friendship Association is merely a front for Katsura. What do you mean? He was using it to connect with various Asian political figures and then profit handsomely from Japanese overseas development assistance. But aren't associations like that non-profit? He contracts out all work to companies run by relatives. There are 14 of these companies in all, both big and small. Doesn't anybody notice that it's at least a little bit suspicious? A little hush money to police and politicians works wonders. But that would take an awful lot of cash. That is where the foreign prostitutes come in. Katsura is extorting money from them like there's no tomorrow. You have proof of this? Finding proof is your job, detective, but if Katsura were the sex industry kingpin known as Bridge, it would all start to make sense. So he's hiding behind a banner of compassion while secretly exploiting immigrant women. The problem is, how do we get close to Katsura? I have an idea. Do tell. I'll simply call the association and tell them I'm coming to see Katsura. Then you'll wait for a hitman to show up and try to stop you? Aren't you putting yourself at an unnecessary risk? What choice do I have? I need some way to pick up his trail. Will you lure the hitman out around here? Too crowded. Their kind only strike when there are a few people around. I'll head over to Pink Alley after I call. That's where the attack will take place? Yep. Can I count on you for backup? Leave it to me. He said, are we supposed to assume that he just made the call already, or do I actually have to go make the call? I guess he just made the call already, or he will when we get there. Come on, guys. I know someone wants to kill me. This would be the perfect place. Okay, so he just makes the phone call off screen then. Okay. Here you are. Right on schedule, boys. Now I just have to lure you into a dead end and we can go from there. You have any idea what we're about to do to you? That's my line. What the? Say your prayers, bitches. There's no escape now. Leave this to me, Saki-chan. As for you, idiots, hurry up and bring it. I don't have all day here. Wait, didn't we tell her? Okay. Call your boss and tell him you've gotten rid of me. Hurry up and do it. You're going way too soft on him, sweetie. Huh? Back when I was cracking heads and solving cases with the Hiroshima PD, they had a little nickname for me. Ever heard of Saki the Demon, asshole? No, of course you haven't. Then listen up good, you little shit. What's happening? Are you fucking brain dead? Make the goddamn call, or I will pry open your skull like a sea otter cracking an oyster and canvas the street with your head goo. There's no need to go that far. Fine, I'll do as you say. It's me, Tanimura's a done deal. That's right. Good boy. Well, how was I? Scary as hell. You make one badass detective. Tanimura here. I have some information for you. What? Next Monday, Katsura will be holding a symposium at none other than the Millennium Tower. And would you believe it? The name of the symposium is Empowering Asian Women. Katsura is apparently finishing his preparations there as we speak. It's rare for him to be out in public like this. Perfect, then this is my chance to take him out. I would exercise extreme caution if I were you. Appreciate the tip. Now I've got his ass. I'll watch these three while you do what you have to do. Guess this is what we've been waiting for. Best of luck, hon. Thanks. Hopefully I won't need it. Chairman, we're expecting about 5,000 visitors on the day of the symposium. How about our VIPs? 3 government ministers, including the Minister of Health, Labor, and Welfare, and 4 other representatives from various industries. Excellent. This will be a major PR boost for my foundation. Nothing like a couple of men with money to run the Asian Women's Friendship Association, wouldn't you say, boys? Hey, Katsura, Masayoshi Tanimura, Community Safety Division, Kamurocho PD. Any of that ring a bell? What the devil? What's wrong? Did I scare you? You look like you've seen a ghost. What is this nonsense? I don't have time to play games here. The playing dumb won't help either. I was almost killed several times thanks to you. You're delusional. Sad to see the force-hired detective suffers from bouts of paranoia. Ah ha 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 ha. Think I'm lying? How's this for proof? I took this phone here from one of the men you sent after me. Watch what happens when I try to contact the guy you called to report the hit. That doesn't prove anything. You have no chain of custody. All that proves is you have a phone that has his number on it. I finally tracked you down, Katsura, or should I say, Bridge. Why, you hurry up and silence this fool. "26 years ago, you murdered a detective named Kaga, didn't you? And what about it? He was one of your own, wasn't he? Why'd you have to kill him over something so trivial as running away with the woman he loved? Don't come any closer. Wait." All right, chase scene. Doesn't really make sense, does it? Like, chase scenes make sense when it's like a burglar or something who you don't know, who, you know, oh, if we get away, we don't know them. But here we know the identity of the guy. Like, even if he gets away, we can just find him on whatever, you know, wherever he actually works or lives. Give it up, Katsura. You're done. Damn it. This Morano's nowhere left to run, yet he's still limping around like a hurt animal. Dude's in full denial. Get back, I'm warning you. Look, even if you do shoot me, my friends are clued into everything. They'll hunt you down and bring you to justice. Kaga, that bastard, made it seem like he was under my thumb and then had to go investigate me behind my back. What? In my world, there's no worse threat than someone who can't be bought. And you killed him just for that? He got killed because he was stupid. Instead of saving his own hide, he let himself get caught by me, all to protect that woman and her kid. Kaga had a child? Yeah, with that Thai woman he fell in love with. After she discovered what our organization was really all about, I tried to have her silenced. But she fled back to Thailand after having her baby here, so I planned to use her baby as bait to lure her back to Japan. Then I found out Kaga hid the baby somewhere. He hid the baby? He probably placed the baby in someone else's care. I never heard about the brat after that. So his child grew up without knowing him, or where they came from. If Kaga hadn't tried to protect his woman and his kid, he would have had me by the throat eventually. He was one of the few men I truly feared, I'll give him that. Matter of fact, you're the spitting image of him, or is that just a coincidence? And this is all side story? So now it's all over, It is. My dad mentioned something cryptic at the very end of his notebook. It was about taking care of the treasure that Kay left behind. So he did. Saki-chan, you told me that if I kept looking into this case, I'd find out things about my past. I guess you already know by now. Yeah, my real dad was Kaga. So this guy had two different fathers, a biological father and a foster father, or an adoptive father. And both of them were killed by people they worked with to keep them silent. Yes, now it's true that Kaga let himself get corrupted by money, but he hoped you would never lose your sense of justice like he did. That's why I named you Masayoshi, because your name means justice. It all makes sense now. I hope you're not too shocked by the truth. Like I told you before, I really don't care who my real dad is. How could you say that? I grew up reading this notebook ever since I was a little boy. It was the closest connection I've had to any sort of parents, real or not. Because it has the words of both your real father and your foster father. Right. It tells the story of two brave men who gave their lives to fight against a giant crime syndicate. Well, I guess I'll see you around. Oh, I almost forgot. Heh, just wanted to give you a little token of my affection. Here you go. You got a seal of the dragon. Oh, come on. Don't make me say it. Just don't be a stranger, okay? I won't. And whenever you get the chance, maybe we could sit down together sometime and you could share some stories with me about my old man. You gained a whole bunch of experience. I would say that the juice was definitely not worth the squeeze for that one. Alright. We gotta switch up for Saejima. I guess I may as well pull all this stuff out of the item box. Alright, more of this guy. Greetings, Suzuki. Sure it's alright meeting out in the public. I figure you must have a shady past of your own to worry about. I'm just trying to be considerate. I assume you'd prefer not to discuss the more dangerous jobs in front of Tadashi. What kind of danger are we talking about here? We'd like you to take care of a certain individual for us. No killing, find someone else. No killing, find someone else. Don't worry, we wouldn't ask you to go that far. We just want you to work him over so thoroughly he'll never show his face in this town again, though killing him certainly isn't off the table. Your target is a man by the name of Yoshinori Motoyama. Yoshinori Motoyama? Do you know of him? I believe he was the lieutenant of a Yakuza family once upon a time. Now, however, he wanders the streets homeless and alone. How far the mighty can fall. Still, they say fighting is like riding a bicycle. Even now, he's far too dangerous for our own agents to handle. And I drew the short straw, huh? It's good to see you're so quick on the uptake, so what did he ever do to you? Nothing you need to know about. You need to only focus on your work for Tadashi-kun's sake. For reference, we received a tip that Motoyama was camping out near the end of the hotel district. I look forward to hearing some good news. There's the Sasai family. Pardon? Sasai family, Tojo clan. That's where Motoyama's from. Is that so? Interesting that you should know that. You learn something new every day. Farewell. God damn it. I never thought I'd see Motoyama Aniki again, least of all like this. But I got a job to do for Tadashi's sake. North end of the hotel district, huh? I'll go poke around. I wonder how many of these I have left for Saejima, because like Tanimura's was insanely long. Is it this guy right here? Yeah. Motoyama Aniki ought to be around here somewhere. Saejima? Motoyama Aniki, that you? What is this? Why are you here? And what the hell were you thinking? Why'd you shoot up Ueno's family? Where'd Sasai go? Calm down, Motoyama. How do you expect me to do that? I lost everything thanks to you. Our family was dissolved, Sasai vanished, and the Shibata family got promoted, almost like the whole thing was a setup. And who lit the fuse on that bomb? You, Saejima. It's your fault my life went down the shitter. Aniki. After 25 years in hell, it's time to drag you down with me. You know, I lost everything 25 years ago myself. I'm not asking you to believe me, but that's why I came back, to find out the truth. So, what really happened back then and why? That's a question you don't want to ask. It'll land you in deeper shit than this, and I couldn't bear to see that. I'm sorry, Aniki. One thing's for sure, though. Yeah? This Ai-san is alive. Really? After all this time? He's changed a lot, and not for the better. He's still our boss. So he's alive. Maybe that's enough. What are you going to do next? I'm going to leave. Somehow I feel like I can finally shut the door on the demons that have haunted me all these years. Yeah? And I'm sorry. Truth is, you were only a kid and way over your head, just like I was. Don't worry about it. Just take care of yourself, Aniki. I will. Tell me something, Saejima. Yeah. Kamurocho has been my prison for half my life. I've been too scared to set foot outside the city. I lost my boss, my rank in the Tojo, but I didn't have the courage to skip town and live my own life. But you broke out of prison, didn't you? What did it feel like, breathing free for the first time in a quarter century? Frankly, I still ain't used to it. It's like a ghost paying a visit from the past. Oh? Still, it's not all bad. No? I made some new friends. Might be on the run, but I ain't lonely no more, and that's good enough. Saejima. People are what make people happy. You're not in this alone, Aniki. Things get rough out there. Don't lose it. Just come on back to Kamurocho. Back to your family. I'll remember that. Thanks, Saejima. 25 years of hell, huh? Motoyama Aniki had it rough too. Well, I got things to do. First, better tell Tadokoro how the gig went. I reckon he'll send his stooge to the hideout. How'd it go, Suzuki? Motoyama skipped town. He ain't coming back. Yes, one of our agents confirmed it. I knew we could count on you. Don't forget my pay. I wouldn't dream of it. Shall I apply it to the repayment of Tadashi's debts? Yep. Can I know how much that is? How much left is that? Oh, and just out of curiosity, Suzuki, did you happen to have some history with this Motoyama? Oh, if looks could kill. All right, if you don't want to answer, so be it. Goodbye now. You gain 3,000 experience points. Who's there? Pardon the intrusion. What do you want? More work, of course. What now? Let's discuss this somewhere more private, shall we? Doesn't get more private than my own hideout. Hi, I'm back. Hey, Tadashi. You? Well, hello there, Tadashi. You look well, I'm so glad. Are you going out on another job, big guy? Yep, looks that way. Mind holding down the fort? Actually, I'd like Tadashi to come along this time. Best to have a good reason. It would just work out well in a number of ways, but if you'd rather not, we can always call this assignment off. What do you think, Tadashi? I don't mind. Such a good boy. So, where are we headed? To the Underground Coliseum of Purgatory? Are you familiar with the place? More or less. Good. And then your next job will take place there. I'm certain you have preparations to make, so Tadashi and I will head out now and meet you there. As if I'm going to leave you alone with Tadashi for a second. The kid sticks with me. Try to appreciate your position here, Suzuki. Regardless of the circumstances, I am your client. You work for me. I do believe it's in your best interest to do as I say. Don't worry, big guy. I'll be fine. All right. Just let me tell you one thing. And what might that be? If you harm so much as a single hair on this kid's head, it won't end well for you. Tadashi's an esteemed customer of mine. I'll treat him with the utmost care. If that's all, then I'll be waiting for you in Purgatory. Oh my god, this is so long. The Underground Coliseum in Purgatory, huh? Sounds like I might have to fight there again. I'm worried about Tadashi. I better hustle to the arena. Can we please just warp there? Here I am. What do you want me to do? I want you to take part in a special match tournament, Suzuki, and I want you to win. Special what? Unlike regular tourneys, the special match tournament allows the use of weapons. However, you alone will be competing and winning, mind you, without using any weapons whatsoever. So I'm the only guy going in with a handicap. This ain't like all those other gigs, is it? Is this even a job at all? I have my reasons for giving you this assignment. Feel free to refuse at any time. Who's refusing? And to make absolutely certain you use no weapons, Tadashi and I will be watching your every move. Why do you have to drag the kid into this? What, just to watch? Kind of pointless. Heh, not quite. Oh yeah. Let's just say it's educational. What are you talking about? I want the boy to see his oh-so-gallant benefactor putting his life on the line to pay off his debts. What's the use in showing him that? I want you to understand that this tournament is no walk in the park. It's unlikely you'll make it out unscathed. In fact, I wager you'd be lucky to only lose a limb or two. What can happen when you burden a trusted friend with your own financial obligations? He may be a child, but I believe Tadashi here has a responsibility to see the answer to that question. That's sick. Some things a kid ain't meant to see. Consider it my own personal philosophy. Don't get me wrong. I'd like nothing better than for you to win, of course. So fight, and fight well. You wouldn't want to check out right in front of the boy now, would you? Don't worry about me, big guy. So what's my payment this time around? Let's see. Complete this job and I'll consider the debt to be paid. Finally! If I win this thing, you'll let Tadashi's sister go? Yes, that's right. Do your best out there. Big guy. Hear that, Tadashi? Once I'm done here, your sister's free. We shall be watching from the audience then. Speak to my underling when you're ready. gosh, what the heck? I did not know I could do that. Master Grand Prix, fight a guy with an axe. Alright, it's always bouts of 3 matches, right? So this is the final one? Well, I won, just like I said I would. Hey, where's Tadokoro? Where's Tadashi? Don't be concerned, they've already departed. I completed the job. Tadashi gets to see his sister. That was the deal, so where's the boy? If you'll just... I asked where's Tadashi at. Get Tadokoro back here now. I see you won't listen to reason. Excuse me? Such a pity. The boss didn't want me to hurt you, but I suppose it's bound to happen. Where's Tadashi, and what the fuck's Tadokoro up to? You're much too dangerous. What are you getting at? My boss wanted a puppet, someone he could string along, but you're too wild, too powerful to be used like that. A puppet who breaks the strings can't be controlled. Excuse me? But now that you know who the puppet master is, you can't just exit stage left. It'd be easier for him to just dispose of you. So he tried to get you killed under the pretext of doing one last job for him. What bullshit. Sounds like something that asswipe would come up with, though. Tadokoro, where do you think you're going? Big guy. Damn it all, that barely slowed you down. Hey, what's your deal anyhow? Ah, whatever you mean. Don't you play dumb with me. You promised to let Tadashi's sister go free. Whoa, I lied. Ah, come any closer and I'll wring the brat's neck. So, the hired killer who slaughtered 18 Yakuza in cold blood has a soft spot for a little orphan boy. You just try hurting that boy. I got room on my list for 19. Stay back. Hey, I kept my end of the bargain. Time for you to keep yours. You don't get it, do you? I'll kill him, I mean it. Don't give me that crap. Promise is a promise. Promise, promise, promise. You sound like a broken record. Fine, I'll tell you this. This little wretch's precious... Fine, I'll tell you. This little wretch's precious big sister, I pawned her off to the Yakuza for 3 million yen. You sold a Kiko to the Yakuza. Hold up, 3 million, but Tadashi's old man was in for 5. That doesn't sound right for a greedy money grubber like you. The debt was paid off ages ago with the insurance money that came in when the brat's parents died. You piece of shit. Maybe I am a piece of shit, but I'm a rich piece of shit, and guess what? His father was only indebted to me in the first place because I conned him into it. Winners make money and losers go broke. As long as I get mine, the rest of the world can burn. So cheating people out of their money makes you a winner? Do you even hear the words coming out of your mouth? Quiet, it's that imbecile's fault for letting himself get duped. And you were supposed to get yourself killed off in that damn tournament. Now my plans are all fucked. You ruined my family. I hate you. Ow, you little shit. Good job, Tadashi. But damn it, you ain't going nowhere. It's chase scene. What do you want from me anyway? You can't be this stupid, dude, can you? Wait, I know, this isn't money. I'll give you as much as you want, just please. Tadokoro, you're way, way beyond any hope of redemption. Spare me a lecture. Why is this over a measly 5 million? It's his father's fault that he got taken. If he didn't want to get cheated, he shouldn't have borrowed money. Quit trying to cover your ass. A cheater's a cheater. It doesn't take big words and fancy suits to see that. But fine, if you want to whine and cry like a spoiled brat, I'll bend you over and spank you like one. Very well, I suppose I'll simply have kill you myself. I'll still be rich and powerful, and you'll be dead. Hey, Tadokoro, who did you sell Tadashi's sister to? The Takasu family. And tell me, where's this Takasu family's office? The other alley. Poor Akiko, I can't believe he sold her to the Yakuza. Come on, quit whimpering and man up. But she's gone. Wrong. We know exactly where your sister is. All we gotta do is go pick her up. But head on back to my hideout for now. We gotta talk about where we go from here. Okay, yes, sir. What do you mean we gotta talk about where we go from here? Oh my god, are we not done with this quest yet? We gained a bunch of experience. Oh, for fuck's sake. Tadashi, I'm gonna go get my sister. Don't underestimate the Yakuza boy. What do you think you'll accomplish on your lonesome? Rescuing my sister, that's what. I know I could do it. Tadashi. Damn that boy, jumping the gun like that. He'll get his ass kicked on his own. Let's go to the place. We couldn't have just done that right from the beginning? He couldn't have just been like, oh no, I'm gonna leave? We had to come down here to the office first? Really? I'm getting real sick of your loud mouth, Squirt. I told you, I don't know no Akiko, no scram. I hate you. I hate all of you. Hey now, why don't you pick on someone your own size? Like you? If you got a problem, old timer, I'm all ears. Waste of breath. Some folks just can't see straight till you knock some sense into them. Okay. More fighting. Who the goddamn are you anyway? Broke my fucking nose. Sorry, big guy. Tadashi, you can't take all your problems alone. That ain't courage. That's called being reckless. There's times when a man gotta fight, but when he does, he better not lose. You understand me, boy? Yes, sir. In case you forgot, Tadashi, I got a sister too. Not anymore, you don't. When I was 12 years old, my mom and pa died. Me and Yasuko wound up with some relatives. Uh-huh. I say relatives, but we're talking like 8 times removed. They took us in, treated us great, not like what happened to you guys. But we both felt like we were imposing on them. Nothing neither of us could do to quit feeling that way. So I left and I took Yasuko with me. Then what happened? I was just a kid, so I couldn't get an honest job, but we did whatever we had to stay together. Well, Yasuko even cooked for the two of us. Was it hard? Not so long as I had my sister smiling beside me. But one time, Yasuko got real sick. Oh no! Runaways don't get health insurance. It would have cost an arm and a leg for surgery in a hospital room. We were barely surviving, couldn't get a loan. I got desperate, started walking the streets, picking fights with anyone over nothing. Being in a street fight was the only time I felt like I could just forget about everything else. So one day, I picked a fight with the wrong guy. This man who's old enough to be my dad just up and beat the crap out of me. I started crying, thinking how pathetic, how miserable I was. Was that the man who helped you? You guessed it. That was Sasai-san, the man I owe my life to. He saw me crying and he said, "Why are you so sad?" Me? The kid who tried to kick his ass. I wound up spilling my guts about me and Yasuko, blubbering about her illness. And what did he do? He said to me, "You've come a long way, boy. Fight hard on your own." And then he took care of everything, getting Yasuko into the hospital, even paying for her surgery. Wow, all that happened to you? When I first met you, you reminded me of me. And that's why you helped me? Yep. It was my turn to pay that kindness forward. You want to help your sister, Tadashi? Whatever it takes? Uh-huh. Whatever it takes, I'm scared, but nobody's gonna stop me, not even you. Stay out of trouble, alright? From here on, I got your back. I'm gonna see you reunited with your sister. No one stopped me yet. Not loan sharks, not the Yakuza, not the cops. So breathe easy. Okay, thank you, Uncle Suzuki. It's Saejima, my real name. It's Taiga Saejima. Oh, thank you, Uncle Taiga. And I'm sorry I ran off like that. It was stupid. No sweat. Just goes to show how much you miss your sister. Come on, buddy. Let's get a move on. We're gonna save your sister. Yes, sir. All right, please have this be the end of it. Who are you? We got business with the patriarch of the Takasu family. Get him out here. Our boss doesn't talk to fuckwits, least of all dead ones. All right, here's another fight scene. What's all the commotion? You two, what business do you have with me? So you're Takasu, my sister. You're my fucking sister. I beg your pardon? Please, sir, leave this to me. Get behind me, Tadashi. I don't know what you want, but don't think you can smash up Yuka's office and waltz right out again. Don't worry, I ain't waltzing nowhere. Oh my god, more combat? We don't need all the combat. We can just have a sub-story without the combat. Actually, let's level up. We got some abilities to use, right? Yeah. Activated while okay, boost your feeling strength remaining undaunted while being attacked in heat mode. Golden Dragon Spirit I want. Gold Dragon Spirit Essence. Charge energy for a long time with the Spirit of the Gold Dragon. Okay. Guard against knife attacks, bare hands. Big move unleashed with incredible strength. When health is flashing. Health is flashing. Damn, that hurts. Who the hell even are you? Takasu-san. This young man is named Tadashi. He'd like a word with you, so please give him a second of your time. My sister, Akiko, is here somewhere. Let her go. So you're Akiko's... Stop. Akiko? Don't do anything bad to Uncle Tetsuya. Akiko, Tadashi? Tadashi, is that you? Akiko. Oh. I see. It looks like we got more than a few wires crossed. Sorry for coming in full tilt like that without knowing the whole story. I'm sorry, too. Not at all. It's really that loan shark Tadokoro's fault anyway. Besides, my men, especially Fusei, can't stand to learn there's always a bigger fish. That's good of you to say. So you're Tadashi-kun, That's me. I should have introduced myself earlier. I've been taking care of your sister as her adoptive parent. My name is Tatsuya Takasu. And I'm Akiko's little brother, Tadashi Inoue. I'm in 4th grade. Tadashi, sit down. Oh, sorry, sis. When Uncle Tatsuya took me in, I knew you'd be worried about me, so I wrote you a letter. But our real uncle said you ran away. I was worried sick. I looked for you everywhere. I'm sorry, but I was so worried about you. I know. You went to a lot of trouble for me. It's not like I'm mad or anything. Oh, yeah, the big guy here's Taiga Saejima. I met him in Kamurocho, and he's been looking out for me. Thank you. I appreciate you helping my brother. Seriously, you're the only reason I get to see my sister again. Thanks for everything. Just gonna turn my back on a kid in trouble, that's all. Hardly did nothing, so you can ease up on the thanks, making me embarrassed. If you don't mind my asking, why'd you wind up adopting Akiko anyway? Pains me to say this, but my wife and I have not been blessed with children of our own. We tried adoption, but my business being what it is, it never got off the ground. We just about given up on ever having a child. Then one day I had to stop by the office of this stingy loan shark named Tadokoro. That's when I saw Akiko. When I saw that fiend was treating her, my wife and I agreed we should take her in and raise her as our own. And are you happy living here, little lady? When I heard he was a Yakuza, I was scared at first, but Uncle and Auntie are both so kind. They really do treat me like their daughter. Akiko. What do you say, Tadashi? Would you let me adopt you too? That way you could live with Akiko. After all, I've been thinking I'd like to have an heir. Uncle Tetsuya, siblings shouldn't have to live apart. If it's all right with you, won't you join our family here? What do you think, Tadashi? Takasu's offer is loads better than living on the streets or with your uncle, ain't it? Tadashi, I'm sorry. Do you mind if I ask why not? Takasu, it's so nice of you to let me live with my sister again, and I love the idea of being a family, but if I come live here with you, it'd be like I'm still running away. I'd be letting our relatives in the country get away with what they did to us. Saejima taught me a man doesn't run away, he stands ground and fights back. So I'm going back to the country house, and once I can support myself, I'll come back to Kamurocho for my sister. Tadashi, when I grow up, I'll be a police officer, somebody who helps people in trouble. I'll be strong just like Saejima. So no, that's just fine. So you want to be a police officer and help people? Well, I think you'd make a fine policeman, Tadashi. I understand completely, but Akiko's still your sister, so please come by see her whenever you like, anytime at all. Yes, sir, thank you very much. Tadashi, I'm sorry, sis. No, I'm glad. You've really grown up since the last time I saw you. Sure about this, Tadashi. This is your chance to live with your sister again. I'm sure, at least now I know she's happy, and besides, even if we're living miles apart, we'll always be family, ain't nothing to whimper about. This doesn't make sense. You've been hanging around me a little too much, kid. Starting to sound like me. Ha ha ha, you got a problem with that? Well, I'm gonna hit the old dusty trail. Leaving already, big guy. You gotta stay here a while. You finally found your sister. Spend some time with her. Oh, and Takasu-kun, take good care of these two. Absolutely, I'll make sure they're both happy and healthy. Hey, Uncle Taiga, this is really special to me, so I want you to have it. You got a seal of the dragon. Thanks, kid. I'll take good care of it. And thank you, Uncle Taiga, for everything. You know what? I'm glad we met, too. You helped me remember something real important. All right, I'll be seeing you. Look after your sister now. Suppose that's the last we'll see of Tadashi. The old hideout sure won't feel the same without him. Grow up strong, kid. You gained a bunch of experience points. Well, I'm going to say once again, juice was not worth the squeeze on that one. I actually want to go do the treasure buried in the sewers thing, but I have to have an ash wood recipe to make a pickaxe that's good enough for that. So, and I don't have that, so I guess I'm just not going to do that. All right, let's switch to Akiyama. Does Akiyama have any abilities that I need to raise up? Okay, it looks like he does. I guess I should get everyone equipped with, like, you know, stuff that they should need to survive. So let's do this. I'm probably done with, yeah, using this radar. Let's just get rid of that. Where's the one? Yeah, Morning Glory Wristband. Ah, there we go. It's definitely lonely without Hana in the office. If Hana-chan were here, I'm sure a whole lot more would have happened. Guess I'll take a seat in the chair and reminisce about Hana. When Akiyama sits in his chair, he can return to the time he shared with Hana. Excuse me, what now? By doing so, you can progress and complete sub-stories that involve Hana. To return to the main game, sit down in his chair again. Excuse me, what now? Excuse me, what now? What is it, boss? Hold on. Are you off to play pachinko again? Yeah, you got me. Anyway, I'm off. Wait, but are there any to do? It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like there are any to do, though. Well, sub-stories. I better see how Shiobara-kun's doing. The company's on West Shishifuku Street. I wonder if Ajikawa enjoyed the yakiniku at Conrad. I should drop by Earth Angel and see. Sky Finance is getting a bad rep from customers I've never met. I better get more info. Taniguchi's probably in front. Oh yeah, and Tanimura has that whole the sub-story with the mixer people. That's got to be continued, right? Taniguchi's probably in front of the Millennium Tower already. I should head over. I decided to help with a Casanova column. I could pass on information to them at Suez Bar. Saejima. All his are done except for... Wonder if Katagiri cleaned up his act. Maybe I'll stop by Tenkaichi Alley and pay him a visit. Tanimura. I need to find Nui. He must still be in Little Asia. I'm helping Casanova with a column. I should report to Suez Bar when I get some info. Really? So that whole mixer thing, that's done? That's done. Really? It's true that you can be a little too nice. Shinya may have a point there. I ran into the former hitman Katara. I wonder if he's doing okay at the Okinawa. Kiryu versus Hostess Clubs. I got dragged into helping out with Casanova Call. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. The owner of Kyushu #1 star. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Okay. I don't even remember this. Go to Earth Angel. That I don't care about. Getting a bad rep. And then I don't remember this at all. And then the Hostess Club thing. Yeah, I guess we're done. I've settled things or rest for a while? I've settled things. I guess rest for a while is what? Turn it to night? Surely Hana can't be just gone from the game, right? Surely she's going to come back at some point. So, I don't know which character I have to be. I wonder if it just has you go through different, like if all the characters have their own little sections, or if whatever character you pick is the one that you actually fight with. So I guess let's go swap out with Kiryu and then talk to Date. Prepare well and head to the Millennium Tower. Date told me to talk to them before leaving. Okay. So I believe I maxed all the abilities on all the characters. I equipped them all. I gave them all healing items. So let's get going. Hey, you guys ready to go? Let's roll. Yeah, let's roll. You really sure? You might want to stock up on staminans if you haven't already. This will be your last chance. Yeah, we're good to go. Let's do it. praying over a photo of Yasuko? So wait, why are they praying a picture of her? It's not like she died in an explosion or something. Her body should still be around. They should still be able to give her a funeral, right? Also, is there a reason we're all dressed the same? When Kiryu usually has a gray and red suit, Akiyama usually has a red suit. Doesn't Tanimura usually have a blue suit? Or a blue jacket? Nah, but we all gotta wear matching suits this time.
Sa, 誰が来るだろうか。
誰でもええ。MunakataやろうがAraiやろうが。
Well, I guess it's just gonna be Arai then.
すような間にはさせん。さあ、行こう。
Actually, why would Arai show up? He left the money. If he wanted the money so badly, he would have just taken it when he could. So I would expect that no one would show up, but obviously someone's going to. That's also very dumb. Why is the money back out in a giant stack instead of in briefcases like it was before? Like, yeah, what if it rains?
お早い到着ですね。堂島会長。
Arai。
来ると思ってましたよ。まさか今回の騒動、裏で軌道を操っていたのがあなただったなんてね。そうなんだろう、軌道。
How are you not even harmed when you took a bullet?
兄貴。
いつ気がついた？
軌道から1000億の話をされた時です。秋山さんの1000億を奪い、葛城に渡すふりをするから、自分を宗像の計画に参加させてほしい。
Oh, it's a triple, quadruple, quintuple cross.
軌道は私の信頼する兄弟分です。だが、
I can't even keep straight who's on whose side anymore. Everyone's constantly betraying everybody.
もしそれを軌道に教えられる人がいるとすれば、それは大悟さん、あなただけです。
そういうことか。
あなたはわざと軌道を葛城に近づかせ、1000億のことを吹き込ませた。すでに宗像に見捨てられ、万策尽きていた葛城を奮い立たせるためにね。あなたの計画通り、上野清和会は桐生さんたちと衝突。宗像の力を借りることなく壊滅に追い込んだ。だがそこで誤算が生じた。冴島靖子の死です。あなたにとってはあのまま冴島靖子に生きていてほしかったはずだ。そうすれば桐生さんや冴島は戦う目的を失い、カムロ町から去るはずだったんですから。
驚きだな。そこまで分かっているとは。
急所を外して軌道を生かしておいたのもそれを確認するためです。あそこで殺さないでおけば必ずあなたと接触するはずだと思いましてね。
Then why did you shoot him? What if he had died?
いつからだったんですか？登場会を裏切ってまでこの金を得ようと考えたのは。
裏切る。
そうでしょう。これは明らかな裏切りだ。桐生さんや風間さんといったかつて登場会を支えた人たちの恩にあなたは背いた。
How did Akiyama even get all of this money in the
真島
first
さんまで
place?
も宗像に差し出して、どうしてそこまでしてこの金を。
お前に何がわかるんだよ。弱体化した組織、直径100団体、3万人もの人間を動かしていくことがどんなことなのかお前にわかるのか？
会長、
今までは桐生さんといった英雄に救われ、登場界の金看板は守られてきた。だがそれももう限界に来ている。誰かが犠牲になってでも組織の基盤を再構築する必要があるんだ。
その犠牲ってのが警察に真島さんを差し出すことだったってわけですか？大悟さん、あんた間違ってる。
これも登場界のためだ。俺が守らなきゃ誰が登場界を守るってんだ。お前が守れんのか、荒井。それにお前もやってることは俺と大差ないはずだ。口じゃ極道なんて言ってもお前がやってることは所詮。
If Daigo's such a ruthless backstabber, why was he such a groveling little sniveling coward before when he was confronted by
確かにそ
Katsuragi?
うだな。そう言われても仕方ない。これは
お前もしかして。
ああ、俺はな、最初から極道なんかじゃない。あの宗像が登場会を乗っ取るために送り込んだ
How did you...
潜入捜査員だったん
Speaking
だ。
of, how did you walk out of Munakata's office unscathed after you shot him?
ああ、だがもう俺は違う。俺は上司である宗像を裏切り、この手で殺した。俺は大悟さん、あんたとは違う。俺は運命に抗ってでも自分の信じる正義を貫く。この金もその正義のために。
甘いな。人間にはね、1000年以上前から決まっていることがある。
Oh, he didn't get shot in the head, so he's alive. Yakuza rules. Yakuza rules, not shot in the head, dead and die.
主従関係を超えてはいけない。どの時代でも必ず使う側と使われる側の人間は決まっているということだ。
副総監、どうしてここに。
Oh, I wore body armor at the time. Oh, the gun I gave you is a fake bullets were in the gun.
痛いだろう。だが死ぬほどじゃない。技術の進歩はすごいもんだよ。25年前とは格段に性能が違う。
それは
ボート鎮圧用非殺傷弾、つまりゴムスタン弾ってやつだ。
まさか俺があんたを撃った時の拳銃は。
お前はこれで私を殺したつも
Wouldn't
り。
you notice that there was no blood in that case? Also, I would imagine it would be very, very hard
こ
to
の
fake
爪
being
の甘さが
dead.
君の限界だよ、新井君。君に正義は実現できない。それに堂島さん、あなたも同様だ。あなた程度の器では登場会という組織を支えるのは大変でしょう。ああ、そっちの君は1000億もの大金を偶然見つけて夢を見てしまったんだろう。人間夢を見るのは悪くない。それくらいは許されることだ。
宗像。
私の背後にいるのは私の忠実なしもべだ。君らはここで死ぬ。私の崇高な理想の邪魔になってはならないからね。
Isn't all the cash in bundles? Why would it just flutter all away? Really, we're gonna disperse all the money from the Millennium Tower again? Why did we all show up in front of the Millennium Tower if we were going to get in a helicopter then? They would have had to show up to the tower, then backtrack, go to an airfield, and get in the helicopter.
あいつら さあ誰が誰を殴りましょうか
It's going to be Akiyama and Kido, Kiryu and Daigo, probably?
腹くくって勝負据えて
Oh, okay, never mind. They're all going to fight different people for some reason?
それから俺もきちんと腹くくらなあかん思てな
冴島さん
お前には悪かったと思ってる登場会をお前一人に押し付けたのは俺の責任だだから俺もう逃げない俺なりのけじめはつけるつもりだ
桐生さん
お前は
It's got to be Tanimura and the chief, right? Yep.
イサイさんのおかげで死んだはずになってたあの谷村です
So Akiyama's fighting Arai. Okay, that makes
俺
sense.
はあんたみたいな自分の手を汚さない自分の足で動かない人間が大嫌いなんだあんたのために犬死にしていった杉内さんや久井さんのためにもちゃんとあんたを捕まえさせてもらうよ
この小僧が
What about all the other SWAT guys that
さすがですね
the other that he brought
秋
with
山
him?
さん
ちょっと安心したよ俺には人を見る目がないんじゃないかって疑心暗鬼になっていたんだけどあんたはちゃんと野望を持った人間だったみたいだあんたが宗像を捨てたとこまでは認めてやるだが人の金を使ってまで貫く正義なんてありゃしないだから俺があんたを食い止める
いいでしょう
He doesn't have an awesome back tattoo though.
すごいね俺に初めて出会った時からその覇気があってくれりゃこんなことにはならなか
You
っ
can't
た
rip
の
your
に
suit off in a dramatic motion without having an
もう
awesome
時
back
計の針
tattoo.
は戻らないんですよ後悔しても始まらない
ああ来いよ
行くぞー秋山
So we're gonna have a series of one-on-one fights. Okay. Akiyama versus Arai. Oh, he's also a kicker.
エルには早すぎます そうでなくっちゃ。エルには早すぎますか。さすがですね。
離せって。
そうでなくっちゃ。よし来い。 エルには早すぎます。
Alright, I think we found a new strategy. money hovering? So close. There we go. Now switch to the next fight.
さあ脱げやキドちゃん。おお、体しとるやないか。脳ある鷹は爪を隠すっちゅうやつか。
秋山さんの店であの金を見たとき、チャンス
At
だと
all
思ったん
the
です。
pairings, this one doesn't have really any connection.
冴島さん俺に言ったじゃないですか。極道のチャンスは一度きりだって。俺は今感じるんです。今がまさにその瞬間だってことを。
そうか。なら俺がちゃんとお前の思い受け止めたるわ。
しっかりお願いしますよ。
ああ、手加減なし。死ぬかもしれへんけど文句言うんじゃない。ええな。
はい。
ほいや起動。
All right then. I suspect this fight's gonna go a lot faster than Akiyama's. Oh wait, he's healing. You can't heal. Only I can heal. No, you can't heal. You can't heal. Stop healing. It's like there's some kind of issue with the whatever particle effect they have for the money, where when you put it into the freeze frames, it also freezes. Really, Kiryu is not the last one?
覚悟はできてるよな。
ええ。桐生さんならこの金なんか使わずに道場会を立て直してみせろって言うんでしょうね。
さあ、それはわからない。お前の立場になってみないとな。
譲れるもんなら譲りたいです。だが俺にも意地がある。俺を信じてついてきてくれた仲間に俺なりの生き様を見せてやりたい。あんたが昔俺に見せてくれたようにね。
大悟、
またこうして直接戦えるなんて思ってもみませんでした。でも正直こうして戦えることが嬉しいですよ、桐生さん。
来い。俺が登場界という大門の重さきっちり体で教えてやるぜ。
行くぞ桐生。
Whatever approach I'm taking right now is not working, so I gotta change my approach.
本気で来てください。
せいせい
やっぱりあなたは逮捕しません。
And then the last guys.
辞職させていただきます。
Why?
副総監、
どういうつもりだ？
刑事としての行動を逸脱してしまうかもしれないってことですよ。
何をバカなことを。
Yeah, like I was saying, like what happened to all these SWAT guys?
この人数相手に何ができる？お前も父親と同じように犬死にするだけだ。
宗像さん、あんた全然分かってない。この町にはね、たとえ相手が100人200人いようが、たった一人で戦う人たちがいるんですよ。彼らのようにね。
Wait, so the fights weren't all simultaneous?
それじゃあ現場捜査の時の感覚、数十
Or are we just taking artistic license with the timeline here?
やれ！こいつは早く殺せ！
副総監、いや宗像静止ろ！お前の野望はここで終わりだ。覚悟しろ！
So we're not actually gonna fight Munakata, we're just gonna fight all the other guys? Where is Munakata right now? Oh, he's back there, okay. Oh, wow. Hey. Okay, so I'm guessing you actually have to beat all these other guys first. Okay, there's something I'd really like to say right now, but I'll wait. I'll hold off until the end. Oh my god, these guys have so much health. Wait, is it not even showing the one that I was attacking this health bar? It's just showing the other one's health bars? Wait, I can upgrade my abilities. Oh, okay. Wait, are there more of them? If you guys are just gonna stand over there, I guess I'm just gonna keep charging. Main problem. Alright, finally. Wait, but we just, okay.
おい会長、堂島会長、あんたはヤクザだろ、強いんだろ、なんとかしろ。おい、
やっぱりすごい。俺には超えられなかった。
Like,
あんたも明日からのことを
this idea that, oh, Kiryu beat Daigo in a fist fight, well, that means Daigo's deposed now.
現
It's like,
実を
what?
受け入れるべきだ。
No.
何を言ってるんだ。おいおい、おい、
待て。
谷村君、ちょっと待ちなさい。こんなことをしたら君どうなるか分かってるか。
Where did that last bullet go? Because if he just fired it off the building and it didn't hit anything, then it's going to hit something or someone down below.
殺すべきではない。そうか。そうだよな。
荒い。
兄貴。
荒井貴様。
Where exactly are we going with this?
宗像さん、怖いですか？だがあなたがのし上がるために多くの人の命を奪った罪はこんな恐怖だけで償うことはできない。あなたは死ぬべきじゃない。あなたが利用してきた刑務所の中で一生この罪を償ってください。私も一緒にお付き合いします。ありがとう。
あ？
私が知ってる警察という組織は利権と欲望の場所だ。
So what exactly changed between when you were fighting Akiyama and now?
最後に会えたことで少し救われたような気がするよ。
Oh, he beat you in a fist fight. That proves his righteousness, and thus you've changed your mind. What is this, like old school Arthurian, you know, knight's joust, knight's duel, and you know the morally righteous knight is the victor? Is that what we're basing this off of?
こんなことで私が逮捕されると思っているのか。
Exactly. Like, what evidence do you actually have against him? They just showed up here, right? Like, you don't actually have
刑
anything.
務所に送るだと。私を誰だと思ってるんだ。警視庁のそれも副総監だ。そんな人間が捕まることがあると思うのか？え？
お前の犯罪行為は証明されてる。確固たる証拠もあ
What
るんだ。
receipts do you have?
なのにどうして逮捕できない？
バカだな。現場の刑事ってな。警察というのは正義だ。この国の正義を司る崇高な組織だ。その警察の顔役たる私が逮捕されてみろ。バカな一般市民は混乱するだろう。そんなことを警察が許すと思うかね。権力者は権力によって守られる。なぜかわかるか？それがこの国の秩序のためだから。
What exactly is your argument here?
殺すなら今のうちだ。 だが殺せばここにいる全員刑務所行きだ。
Why would we rot in prison? No, literally nobody knows we're all up here.
さあどうする？どうする？え？結局お前たちがしたことは労力の無駄遣いだったということだ。
じゃあ本当にそうか試してみようか。
何？
ああ、俺だ。準備はできてる？よし。じゃあやっちゃって。
What are we doing? Okay, how stupid is this gonna be? Alright, you have a helicopter. Okay.
よし、そろそろやるか。ストー。
伊達さん、こんな話聞いてませんでしたよ。新聞社の活動に警視庁のヘリコプター使うなんて何考えてるんですか。
いいじゃねえか、国民のためだ。今さら家庭こと言ってんじゃねえ。さら。
What are we doing?
なんだあれは。
Did we make photocopies of the ledger? Oh, it's... Okay, Date's paper. Again, but what evidence do you have?
これは
俺らの知り合いにちょっと気合の入った分野のおっさんがいてね。
But what evidence
そ
do
の
you
人が書い
have?
たスクープです。ああ、そうそう。あんたが追いかけていた例のファイルのコピー提供したのは俺らなんですけどね。
Is it the ledger? I mean, that would make
これ
sense.
であんたはおしまいだ。
You know, here's a thought. If the whole plan was to take down Munakata, and you had the ledger, and you were going to release the ledger in a newspaper with the helicopter, why didn't you just do that? What was the point of, like, luring everyone up here with the money?
秋山さん。
くそ。おい、秋山、大丈夫か。
秋山。
秋山さん。おい、秋山、どこを撃たれたんだ。大丈夫か。
It's okay. He wasn't shot in the head. He's fine.
どうした。
Excuse me, what?
これ
He had a stack of bills in his jacket that protected him from the bullet?
奇跡やな。
荒井。
終わりにしましょう、宗像さん。
ああ、やっぱり俺は金に縁があるんだな。金なんかもういらないと思ってたのに、最後は金に救われちゃったよ。
So, Does that mean Kiryu is gonna take over the Tojo clan again?
やっぱすげえわあの人たちは。
Really? Two weeks later. Who is this? Hana? I mean, literally the only other female character we've met so far has been Hana, right? No, I guess there's also, I guess there's the owner of New Serena, the new owner of New Serena, right?
いつまで待たせんだよ。やっぱ40超えると人間長話が好きになんのかね。
I mean, it's Hana, right?
すみません。お客さんでしたが。どうぞどうぞ。すみません。ここんとこずっと秘書の子がいなかったもんで。ダメなんですよね。自分一人だと整理整頓もできないみたいで。
本当、私がいないと何にもできないんですね、社長は。
え？
How?
君。
ただいま、秋山さん。
花ちゃん。どうしたの、花ちゃん。そんなに痩せちゃって。
私も社長がそばにいないとダメみたいなんです。ずっとご飯が喉通らなくて。
Yeah, you can't lose that much weight in 2 weeks just because you didn't eat much.
社長、私もう一回この店で雇ってもらってもいいですか？
Also, her voice is different. Also, why would she come back? She left for a reason, and... Excuse me, what now?
そうだ。本来の特選焼肉弁当あるけど食べる？そろそろ花ちゃんが帰ってくるんじゃないかと思って買っておいたんだよ。そんなに痩せちゃったらお腹も減ってるでしょね。
社長、もうちょっとは綺麗になったねとか言ってくれてもいいじゃないですか。
綺麗になったね。
ダメ、全然実感こもってない。で、私が整理しておいた顧客名簿、どうしてこんなにぐちゃぐちゃになってんですか？
なんでだろう。
もう社長、どうして私がいないとこうなっちゃうんですか？
ねえ花ちゃん、弁当いくつ食べる？たくさんあるけど。
それじゃあ3ついただきます。
Wow, that was so stupid. Okay. Let's hope something less stupid happens now.
伊達さんも元の鞘に戻るんだな。
やめてくれよ、その言い
Wait, so the
方。
police, you mean?
なんか前の神さんとより戻すみたいに聞こえるじゃねえか。
神さんみたいなもんだろう。あんたにとってのデカって仕事は。
で、お前の方はどうすんだ？そろそろ行くのか？
そうだな。
ちょっと何やってるんですか、伊達さん。早く次の現場行かないと須藤さんに怒られちゃいますよ。早くしてください。
わかった。
Well, I mean, isn't Tanimura still like an extortionist going around and taking money from local businesses? You can say, oh, well, he's like also protecting people and whatnot, but he's still extorting them, right? Oh, that's it. That's it, huh? We're not even gonna check in with Saejima, or there has to be a post-credit scene, right? Okay, well, I guess I could start talking about all the things I wanted to bring up then. So first off, the praise I want to give it is that regardless of what I think of the plot and the characters and everything else, I think I admire and respect what this team is doing and the writer. Like, I respect that this writer has a vision that they're putting forward, and so like here's the first thing. All the games, at least up to this point, like Yakuza 0 wasn't out at the time, right? It was Yakuza 1, 2, 3, and now 4 at this point in the series, in the franchise. And all 3 games so far you've been playing is just Kiryu as the main character. And suddenly this game comes along and whoever in charge of the writing decides, let's have a really bold move. Let's completely change the character to this guy Akiyama, who's a new character you've never met before. And then also to Saejima and then Tanimura, and Kiryu will only be playable in the later part of the game. So for the majority of the game, or maybe not the majority, at least the first half of the game or so, I'm not sure exactly how it would break down in hours, you're just playing as Akiyama. And you don't even know that Kiryu is even going to be in the game. Well, I mean, you know he's going to be in the game because of the opening cinematic teaser thing that they give, but it seems like it's going to be a game that's primarily just has Akiyama as the main character, and maybe Kiryu, shows up later in like a cameo or something. That is a bold decision to go against the expectations of your player base. And so even though I don't agree with that, I don't like how it was executed, I admire and respect that decision. I admire that having a vision and going through with it. Stuff like even when budget limitations or time limitations get in the way of them having stuff. So, like the story will flow in and out of cutscenes. Sometimes you'll have nicely, already rendered cutscenes with voice acting, and then sometimes it's in-game engine, but still with voice acting, but it's not rendered. And then sometimes you just have no voice acting whatsoever, and it's just in-game with text. They say, this is the story we want to tell, and, damned be the whatever limitations we have at the time, we're going to tell it. And if that means we've got to cut this section, or if we've got to make this section into text-only in-game engine, by God, we're going to do that. So that's the things I like. But what I don't like is that there doesn't really seem to be a good reason to have these 4 different characters. Or even switching between them. And in particular, Akiyama, the person you're controlling the first, the person who seems to have the least actual connection to any of the events that are going on, is the one who we see first, who we see for the majority of the game. I think Akiyama has more playtime than any of the other characters. Another problem I have is I think that Akiyama and Tanimura are not interesting characters. I didn't really enjoy playing them or any of their stories. I was much more invested in Saejima. At least his story started off very strong, and his whole involvement in this 25-year-long conspiracy and this murder plot that happened. I mean, the scene where Saejima goes and executes the 18 guys, that scene is genuinely tense and exciting, and is the best scene in the game. And his whole struggle, being in prison and getting out and wanting to know the truth. He's the character who's been the most wronged, who's been suffered the most. He's also the least sympathetic of any of the characters, because he's a guy who went on a mass murder spree, and yet he's the character I found to be the most interesting. So then there's also this mismatch of character screen time where Akiyama takes up the majority, or maybe not he takes up a substantial bulk of the game as being the first playable character. And then it seems like a lot of the other characters, they're kind of rushing through to a degree. Like especially the experience, leveling up progression of Saejima, Tanimura, and Kiryu happens way faster than it does for Akiyama. But then, so then there's like all the mechanical stuff in the game, and I'm disappointed by how little innovation there is, how little new things have been added. It's basically all the same mini games that you've had from the previous games. It's still, you know, bowling, batting, billiards, you know, crane game, arcade stuff. Most of it is repeats. And the only things that are new are hot springs, which is just you go to the hot springs, and table tennis. I guess pachinko was originally in the game, but they've cut it from the PC remaster, so it's not in the game anymore. And then there is the Saejima leveling up your fighters type thing, which I didn't find to be interesting either. Then there's, and like the hostess, all the hostess stuff is just blatantly copy pasted from the previous game, to the point where the hostess maker stuff even has the exact same like customer dialogue. They couldn't even be bothered to have new dialogue. You know, it's just this thing of like, yeah, okay, billiards is fine, darts, you know, darts, bowling, whatever, but if you've played them in the previous game, you've played them in every game. They're pretty much the same thing. Golf is just repeated from Yakuza 3. Fishing, like all that's, yes, it's nice that there's so many mini games in the games, but they're all just most of them are just repeats from the previous games. Even all the I don't think even any of the karaoke songs were new songs. I think they're all repeats from previous games. I also find it bewildering that the only character who can actually do all of the karaoke songs is Kiryu, and that all of the other characters are limited to like 2 or 3 songs total. We didn't even see what happened to Saejima. Yeah, okay.
そろそろ行くの、おじさん。
ああ。ちょっと長くなるかもしれない。大丈夫か？
うん、待ってるよ。
So Kiryu's taken over as the new chairman, right? But so what's going to happen to his orphanage and Haruka and all that? I mean, wait, Saejima is going to be the new chairman? I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense. Majima is the most powerful person in the Tojo clan right now, right?
この登場会は俺たちの生きた証だ。ああ。力になってやってくれ。直系冴島組としてな。任せろよ。
But once again, a person entirely unqualified. Saejima has been in prison for 25 years, is completely out of touch with any of modern goings-on, technology, etc. And the one thing we do know about him, at least that everyone else knows about him, is that, yeah, he's a legend in terms of like, oh, he took out all 18 men on his own. But at the same time, that was foolish. Wait, Daigo's still there.
よし
How is Daigo still there?
行こう
Completion rate 48.15%, but that's not really accurate, because that's saying, like, I mean, it's technically accurate, but that's counting like every single minigame, every single restaurant that you didn't finish eating at, etc. Okay, playtime 35 hours. It felt so much longer than 35 hours. It felt like the game was so much longer than that. Load game, new game plus, premium adventure, yeah, ultimate match, highest difficulty mode where you complete battle missions under various conditions, memories, special games. All right, let's load this one, I guess. Yeah. What would be an appropriate? Yeah, I guess I'll just. This music's, nice enough. I guess I'll talk about things here. Okay, so that's like the mechanical parts of the game. Then yeah, so it's like not enough innovation, too much repeated content. I understand all the Yakuza games repeat content. They don't innovate very much. But this game feels like it has so little innovation. Like, what is actually new in this game? So the new stuff in this game is table tennis, hot springs, pachinko, which was removed from the PC remaster, so it's not in the game. And then rooftop and underground areas are new. And that is basically, okay, I guess also you could say, well, there's 4 playable characters, and so technically there's 3 new fighting styles, because Akiyama, Tanimura, and Saejima all have their own fighting styles. It really doesn't feel like there's much new stuff going on. We're all going to basically the same locations. Okay, yeah, we go into the sewers and the rooftops, but basically it's the same locations. It's another plot with, Yakuza and police going on, and there's a mysterious woman and betrayal, etc. It's like all kind of the same. And I don't know, I guess maybe if you took this game on its own, it would have more appeal, but this is game number 4, and by this point, I've played, Kiwami 1, 2, 3, and technically Yakuza 0, which, okay, if you don't count that, because you say, well, this game came out before Yakuza 0 was released, this is still the 4th game in the series, and we're just repeating the same stuff over and over and over. And then, like, the sub-stories, right? I can barely remember any of the sub-stories in this game. Like, seriously, I can't remember any of them. Let's take a look. Fate of 30-bit bathing in money, I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, that happened. I completely forgot about that. Counterfeit bills. Oh, the counterfeit bill one, yeah. Remember that one with the, remember there was that one with the mixer that Tanimura went to? He went to this mixer with a bunch of people, and it was just sort of a normal mixer. There wasn't like anything crazy or kooky about it. And then it ends, and I thought like, oh, this must continue. Like, there must be a follow-up sub-story to this, and there just isn't one. Like, oh, that was it. So much of this game feels abrupt. Like, things just cut off. It feels like things are either premature and they just cut off abruptly and they end before they should, or They're incredibly dragged out. There's so much busy work in this game. Like Saejima and Tanimura in particular have these incredibly long side quests that just take forever to do. To the point where in every previous Yakuza game, I've wanted to go around and get all the sides, get all the side quests and complete it 100%. And in this one, for example, like Tanimura has that quest with the Tagalog detective, and they're looking for the mysterious killer Gigi and all that. And I was interested in doing that, but that quest was just so much busy work that I was just like, fuck it. I don't want to do it. I don't care about actually finishing that quest. And so many of the sub-stories wound up being like that. Like, look at how many of them. 5 of Akiyama's. Another one in Saejima's. 2 in Tanimura. 4 in Kiryu's. Just so many of these quests where it's like, oh, it's too much busy work. I don't care. And that is forcing myself to do them, because I'm streaming. Again, if I wasn't streaming, I probably would have skipped way more content than I did. The moment it was telling me, go back and forth between the Naomi the fortune teller and then head back to Little Asia and then head back to Naomi the fortune teller, I would have just stopped normally. That would have been it for me. And then there's the problem of the main plot. And the main plot in this game is oh my god, it's a disaster. It's just like a complete train wreck on every level. So it starts off, and it's like Akiyama seems kind of interesting at first, and I was sort of following along. And then the stupidity levels are just off the charts on everything. So, okay, Akiyama he got his money. Okay, let me think. I have to piece it together. The plot is so dumb that I have to piece this together. Okay. So Akiyama was a banker. He became homeless because of the bank that he was working for accused him of embezzlement. All right, so they get rid of him. He becomes homeless. Nonsense, but okay. He was a successful banker. Just because the bank, fired him doesn't mean that he's not going to be able to find a job anywhere. He's also a guy who's apparently savvy enough to, go from being homeless to starting up an insanely successful money lending business. So, again, not buying it. But let's just go with this for a second. He's homeless. Money rains down from the Millennium Tower because of Kiryu and Nishikiyama fighting on it. And he apparently, whatever random bills he could grab, running around and just grabbing dollar bills that were floating down from there, he used that to start an entire money lending business and get out from homelessness. How much money could he have possibly grabbed? Especially when everyone else in the city was also clamoring for the money. But okay, he made a bunch of money, and he made 100 billion yen, which I believe, yen to dollars, it's not an exact conversion, but it's basically he made $1 billion. He made $1 billion. He became a billionaire in what, just a few years? The Millennium Tower explosion to this game is what, 2 or 3 years? I'm not exactly sure on the timeline, but that's insane. That is just absolute insanity. Then you've got... So his whole business model is, he was homeless and he used the money to turn his life around. So he's not interested in money necessarily. He's interested in helping people. He's more interested in helping people than he is to, make a profit. Well, you can't run a business that way, Akiyama. You cannot run a business that way. You especially cannot make an insane profit of 100 billion yen that way. That just doesn't make any sense. And he's handing it out to just like everybody. Side story and main story alike. People who have no credibility, no responsibility, nothing. He's just handing it out to these people. And also to the point where his secretary is also infuriated with him. And it's like, yeah, Hana-chan. Hana-chan was the only character I related to in this game. Like, yeah, Akiyama would be infuriating. So all of that is just utter nonsense. Then, it gets even more stupid. So he has his money literally in a vault, in a hidden vault in his office. He doesn't put it in a bank. He doesn't have it digital. He puts it in literal stacks of dollar bills in a bank vault in his office. Why does he do that? What's the excuse for this? Oh, he doesn't trust banks. Nonsense. Absolute fucking nonsense. Then, to make matters even worse, how is it hidden in his office? Oh, it's behind a bookshelf. and you have to move a book out of the way and press a button on the wall. And the book that's in the way of the button is the only book on the wall that is a different color than every other book. And then the button on the wall that you press is just a button that you press. There's no password, there's no retinal scan, there's no thumbprint scan, nothing. So if anybody pushes that button, they can just get into your bank vault. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. But wait, somehow Akiyama isn't the dumbest character in the game, because Tanimura, in a side quest, walks up to a guy who's like, hey, come with me, I have a way to get money. And then you go, and the guy's like, let's play Russian roulette. And the guy even tells him, I mean, you can back out whenever you want. And Tanimura's like, nah, I'll just play Russian roulette with you. And he puts the gun to his head and pulls the trigger. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. So Tanimura, I'm sorry. Akiyama does a lot of stupid things in this game. You take the cake, my man. You're the absolute stupidest character in the game. And then Akiyama gets even worse. Like, okay, so apart from all the other stupid stuff he's doing, Lily-chan, aka Yasuko, comes to him and she's like, oh, I need all this money. Can you lend me the money? And he's like, oh, I've got it. I'll have you work as a hostess for me. And if you can make money as a hostess, then sure. It's like, what? And he's like, oh, I fell in love with her. I'm like, you've known her for 3 days. What do you mean you fell in love with her? Again, it's possible to fall in love with someone very quickly, especially under, trying, difficult, testing circumstances. But this is not that. This is just seeing a woman who's kind of like mopey and then being he doesn't know anything about her. And then he's like, oh, I found out that you killed 2 people. Oh, I'll just let you go with my money. Whatever. Akiyama is like, it's not even that he's stupid. It's that all of his motivations and actions don't make any goddamn sense. And then, oh my god, the story overall is just, again, it's a train wreck. It's just impossible to follow anything that's going on. Everything that happens is just like one stupid reveal after another. So Saejima's in prison. So, the whole thing is, all right, so Saejima and Majima are planning a hit against the Ueno Saiwa clan. And they're like, okay, we're gonna do this hit on them. Why? Oh, they were just ordered to by their boss. Oh, I guess Saejima was ordered to, and Majima's just going along with it because they're oath brothers. And it's like, what exactly did they expect was going to happen? And Saejima even seems to say, oh, I think, like, I'm just going to be put in prison or die after doing this. And it's like, what the fuck? Why? Oh, because he loves Sasai for helping him out? You're still leaving your sister behind to take care of herself. That, again, doesn't make any sense. Then he goes in there, and he kills all these guys. Now, I get it. It's an ambush. They weren't expecting it. But seriously, it's impossible. It's like, Kiryu walks into a room and beats 30 guys on his own. Saejima walks into a room and shoots all these guys, and none of them are able to stop him. It's just utterly absurd. But then it gets even crazier. It gets even goddamn crazier. So let me try to piece together if I can understand what happened here. Okay. So Katsuragi. So there's the Ueno Seiwa clan. They're a clan. They're a subfamily of the Tojo clan. And they are... How does the Shibata family factor into this? Okay, whatever. They're a part of the Tojo clan, and the Sasai family is a rival to them. So Ueno Seiwa is getting out of prison after 2 years of being in prison for something. We're never told what it is. And Katsuragi thinks, I know, I've got a great idea. Let me set up an assassination attempt where I'm going to get someone to go and kill all of the men who are, all of the top guys in the Ueno Seiwa clan, as well as Ueno Seiwa himself. So what? What is the plan here exactly? Again, it's like a power move. Oh, I'm going to seize power. In what way? You're part of a clan that just had all of its top guys assassinated. I don't get it. And also, didn't Ueno also survive that attack, at least briefly? I forget how Ueno wound up dying. How did he die? Okay. So what? The idea was that that Katsuragi would be the only one left, and Ueno would survive the attack, and Ueno would promote him. That's insane. And then again, so their plan is, we'll leak this information to Saejima and set the whole thing up. Then Saejima will come in here, but the guns that we gave him and the ammo that we gave him is all rubber bullets. And Saejima and Majima won't check the ammo and see that it's rubber bullets. And they won't check and they won't notice that the ammo that they're firing during the attack is rubber bullets. And the rubber bullets that hit all the Ueno Seiwa men knock them all out. Make them all fall unconscious as they're being shot. Every one of them. Somehow, no matter where they're shot, rubber bullets, they all go unconscious. And Saejima doesn't notice that none of them are bleeding. And then and it's like, what if Saejima had just taken his own ammo? Or what if the rubber bullets like hit you in the eye? Or what if it hit you in the throat and you stopped breathing? What if Saejima had shot anybody, like every single person he shot, what was in a suit? What if Saejima had shot anybody in exposed flesh, like in their head? And then he saw that it wasn't real. Then your plan would have been fucked, wouldn't it? Then there's the whole thing where, Arai is also part of this conspiracy. And rightfully, he goes to Munakata, and Munakata tells him, your report is absurd. Obviously, or no, was it Arai or was it Sugiyuchi? One of them. They go to Munakata, and Munakata's like, this report's obviously fabrication because, all of these guys were shot point blank in the head. Like, that's amazing marksmanship. And yet Katsuragi and Ueno survived. And also they all have rubber bullet, injuries all over their bodies. It's like, yeah, how exactly did Katsuragi and the other guy think that they were going to get away with that? Thank goodness that Munakata was the only one. And then what exactly is it that sets in motion Katsuragi's desire to kill everybody who knows about the conspiracy? 25 years later. Then he goes to Lily, or Yasuko, and he says, work for me and I'll help your brother. What I want you to do for me is either get me 100 million yen or go murder these people. And she's like, okay, I'll do it. And she goes and kills them. Again, how did you think this guy was possibly going to get Saejima out of prison? Then there's this whole thing about, they go, well, Saejima's actually innocent because Katsuragi is the real murderer. And it's like, no, Saejima still showed up and attempted to assassinate a whole bunch of people. It doesn't matter that he didn't technically actually kill any of them. He still showed up with guns that he thought were loaded with real bullets and shot all of them, thinking that he was killing them all. But then at the end of the game, not only, it's like, okay, yeah, sure, I guess attempted murder is a different charge than actual murder. He should still be in prison by the end of all that, yet somehow he's the new chairman? Makes no sense. Why does Tanimura have to die? Apparently he knew about it, or the fucking random owner of the Okama drag queen bar is another person who somehow knew about the incident all that time ago that Katsuragi has Yasuko kill. This is just insanity. This is just absolute insanity. None of this makes any damn sense. And then Kido is apparently some random dude. Again, he's just a member of the Tanimura family. He randomly stumbles across Akiyama's bank vault. And he's like, I've got an idea. Let me team up with these other guys. Like, Arai kills Ihara on the orders of Katsuragi / Munakata. And it's like, how did you think that was going to work out? And then the Tojo clan are after him. But apparently they just don't kill him. And then there's this like there's this unbelievable stupidity of every single character is double-crossing every single character. It's like a Tarantino movie. It's like Reservoir Dogs Yakuza edition. Everybody dies. Everybody betrays everyone else. You can never figure out who's allied to who, whose allegiance is where. It happens so often that it loses all impact. Where it's like, I guess this guy's betraying this guy now. Oh, I guess Arai just shot Katsuragi. Oh, I guess Arai just shot Kido. Oh, I guess Arai just shot Munakata. Oh, I guess Hisai was corrupt too, and then Hisai kills himself for no reason. Oh, Sugiyuchi's a corrupt police, and so is Hisai, and so is Munakata. And then everyone can survive bullet wounds if they're not shot in the head. Fucking Saejima gets shot in the flashback twice, and then later on he drops into the ocean and then goes ashore, and then by sheer coincidence washes up on the shore directly outside of Kiryu's orphanage right after Hamazaki told him to go meet up with Kiryu. And Hamazaki also gets shot multiple times, falls off the top of the prison wall into the water, and survives all that. Also, the prison guard. Where's the prison guard? Saito, yeah, the Saito, the prison guard. He also falls off the roof and is in the ocean and comes ashore. And Hamazaki is carrying a paper ledger from the warden's office that implicates a bunch of people in corruption, and it's on his person as he falls into the ocean. And after hours of drifting around the ocean, somehow that paper ledger in a binder did not become a soaking wet, illegible mess. It's in perfect condition. Oh, Katsuragi goes to the Tojo clan because there was a scuffle with some other guys, and then Daigo's like all apologetic and squealing over it. Why is Daigo not holding the power here? Why is Katsuragi holding the power? It's nonsense all the way down. It's insanity. None of it makes any sense. Arai shoots Kido in the stomach, and then apparently Kido survives. And he just shows up, and he's not even injured. It's just like, oh man. It's so dumb that again. So many things that don't make sense. Waterproof paper, people get shot and then are injured in the next scene. Everyone betrays everyone else. It's so much dumbness that I just become totally disconnected from the story and I don't care about what's going on anymore. Akiyama gets shot by Munakata, and then it turns out he had a stack of bills just like tucked into his jacket for no reason, and those bills stopped the bullet. Why did he have a stack of bills tucked in his jacket? Just cuz. Why not? And then there's even other little minor things, like the hostesses in this game are just like normal hostesses, which you'd think would be an improvement over Yakuza 3, but Yakuza 3's hostesses were all just like train wrecks. They were just... But because they were train wrecks, it was incredible. It was fascinating going to every hostess. I wanted to see what dumb, insane thing they were going to say next. But in this game, they're all just they're just normal, whatever. Like, there's nothing really that interesting about them. There's nothing really that interesting about the side missions either. I think the craziest it gets is the bathtub money one. Which is it's more just like random and weird than it is crazy. There's other problems like, oh, Hamazaki washes ashore. Or no, he doesn't wash ashore, but he shows up at Kiryu's Morning Glory and he's like, oh, you've got to help us. There's corruption in the police force. And Kiryu's like, oh, I guess I better go take care of this. Like, no, Kiryu, you have an orphanage to watch out for. You got all these kids that you got to look after. And he's like, nope, I'm just going to skip town, and I guess just all the kids are left to fend for themselves. And then he even comments later, like, I try to get out of this life, but they just keep pulling me back in. It's like, no, you're choosing to leave. You don't have to get involved in any of this. Yeah. And then I think the last thing is I hate the combat. I hate it so much. It's It's the same Yakuza combat that I've been playing for all these different games. And you know what? Strangely enough, I think Yakuza 0 actually has the best combat of all of them. But it's not like there's a dramatic difference between any of the combat. And at this point, it's actually really frustrating that the developers don't improve it. It feels janky, it feels unwieldy. It doesn't feel like you have a good control of your character. The enemies do obnoxious things like stun you or knock you down, and you just randomly lose control of your guy. You can get team attacked by multiple enemies at the same time, or just multiple attacked by guys. It's especially evident with like Saito, the baton wielder guys, or people that have rapid attacks, people that have counter attacks that can just break through you. It becomes very, very frustrating. I don't feel like it's a system where, oh, I'm just not good at it and I need to master it. It feels like a system where everything's broken and janky. And even the fights that are super difficult, because the enemies just have a bunch of bullshit attacks, it doesn't matter. You can just load up your inventory with heals and just brute force your way through them by just having tons of healing items on you. And so, like Yakuza 3, I think I genuinely enjoyed that game. And the big thing propping that game up was the side stories. The side stories were crazy. Like the beach couple, that one in particular stands out as just this crazy weird thing that happens that's always engaging and interesting. All the hostesses at the hostess clubs were nuts. It was amazing whatever dialogue they were going to have next. I was glued to the screen. I wanted to see every single conversation with them. And this game, all the side stories are just kind of bland, and the combat's still bad, and the minigames are all the same minigames, and the main story is just a total train wreck of a mess, and doesn't make any sense, and has just one stupid thing happening after another. I think if I wasn't streaming the game, I would have just completely given up on all the side content at some point, and just done main story. And I probably would have switched the difficulty to easy and just like loaded up on weapons and just tried to cheese everything more than I already did. So I can say not a fan of this one. And it's so surprising because everything that I've read online from fan reactions to these games has been that Yakuza 3 is the one that people seem to not really like, probably because it's such a big departure with Kiryu, running the orphanage and all the kids stuff. Yet this one I think is a far worse game. It's not worse on a technical, like a budgetary level. I think this game actually, for the most part, looks better. I don't know if it has more content necessarily, but, it's at least got, comparable content. It's it's impressive that they had 4 different characters and all of them have different fighting styles. But man, this game just had so much busy work, so much stupidness, so much lack of innovation and repeated content. I do think it also suffers from it's game number 4, and it's starting to get really old. And it makes me really nervous for Yakuza 5, because I know it's going to be the same combat there, it's going to be the same mini-games there. So generally, the things that I look forward to in these games now is it's usually if there's new mini-games, and it's the side stories and the plot that I get hooked on. But this game really... The previous games have felt like the stories are a mess. For the most part. But I still had faith in the creators, to tell an interesting story. But this one, I've just lost all my faith in the creative team. At least in terms of the main plot of these games. It just feels like nothing is thought through. There's so many contradictions and dumb things that happen. Like Akiyama, what connection does he have to any of these other characters or the larger events going on other than he just randomly meets Yasuko and falls in love with her in 3 days, apparently? If that didn't happen, he'd have no connection to anything. At least, Kiryu's former member of the Tojo clan. He has met Hamazaki in the previous game. He's not connected to Saejima, but he knows Majima, so he might have some sort of allegiance there. Saejima is, of course, Majima's brother and has direct ties into the conspiracy that's going on. Tanimura's father was killed as a result of the conspiracy. He's also on the police force with the other corrupt police officers. Akiyama has no connection to anything. And man, like, See, I don't want to be negative. I don't want, like... I want to enjoy these games, but this game just has so much bad. There's so much wrong with it that I couldn't get into it. I'm trying to think what parts of the game I did actually enjoy. And, oh, this part is okay and has the potential to get better that doesn't count. I liked the cutscene where Saejima goes and attacks all the guys. I thought that was really compelling and an exciting action scene. I think that's pretty much it, though. I can't really think of anything. Yeah, I can't really think of anything. Like, I didn't like Akiyama or Tanimura or any of their story signs. I can't really think of any of the sub-stories that I cared about at all. I didn't care about the main plot. At least once all the like insane conspiracy stuff and all the backstory of it started to get revealed, that's when I just completely lost interest in it. I didn't care about Yasuko. Yeah, what a shame. What a freaking shame. Because again, you've got I'm sure, a very hardworking, creative team behind these games that are working their asses off. You've got a creator with at least one creator with a vision. They've got an idea of a story they want to tell, and they're going to tell it. Budget limitations, time limitations be damned. Here's hoping they do better in Yakuza 5. Hopefully that one will be better. I want to like these games. I really do. And so far, a lot of this is being carried on my love for Yakuza 0. Because I loved that game so much. Despite any of the flaws that it had, I loved that game. Kiwami 1 and 2 sucked. But even those ones had some good things, like the Majima Everywhere system, or the return of Yuki and her hostess club and the Majima side story with Makoto returning. That stuff was good in Kiwami 1 and 2. Yakuza 3 had all the crazy side stories and hostesses. This game just fell down. Alright, and on that note, if you've been watching, thank you very much. I'm going to keep doing Yakuza. I've got videos on 0, Kiwami 1 and 2, and streams with highlights and thoughts on Yakuza 3. These videos will be going up on the channel as well with full streams. I'm going to cut out a lot of like the boring parts where I'm just kind of running around town or getting into, random encounters for the 20th time. But other than that, there'll be the full streams, and there will be a highlight video with my thoughts on it. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time.